Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. A new chapter in the Avatar series is an open-world game that will take you through the beautiful expanses of Pandora from a first-person perspective. This is a very big game, easily taking at least 20 hours to get through. But before you play it, you'll want to know what you're getting into. So allow me to give you an overview of the game, followed by my own personal thoughts and ratings, ultimately placing this game somewhere on the shelf behind me.
We created avatars like mine to help create relationships with the Navi.
You play a Navi who's being taught how to read and use human tools, until a revolution against the RDA starts and you find yourself outside in the world of Pandora, a dangerous planet where the majority of plants and animals will attack you on sight. You'll need to make friends, fight RDA, and most importantly, learn what it means to be Navi.
This is how we heal.
The game can be violent at times with all the fighting going on, but it's not graphic. The enemy characters will throw out some curse words here and there, but nothing over the top. This game is gorgeous and makes for some good entertainment with the bright colors and cool looking wildlife. I would let my kids hang out and watch while I played.
You're just gonna go to sleep for a little while.
When you get to start playing the game, you will have to create your own Navi. You get to pick from a variety of faces, hair, and other skin designs, along with 2 different body types and 3 voices. It is a first-person game, so you won't be looking at yourself a whole lot, but it's fun to create something unique to your particular tastes. If you feel like you don't like something about your character, there are stations available that you can use to change anything about your appearance.
You helped me before.
You helped me before. You helped me before.
Simply focus your senses.
My senses?
One of the most important things about being Navi is sensing the world around you to pinpoint hazards or points of interest. It changes the color of different things in the area, like quest spots or different plants and animals. On the default settings, I had a hard time finding some things. I ended up having to go into the settings and adjust some of the colors. It seemed like the colors of the world would combine with what I was looking for, basically turning it invisible from the Navi sense.
And save yourself broken bones by using the big leaves to break your fall.
You will be playing a 10-foot tall Navi, running around fighting RDA. Your body is perfectly adapted to utilize the planet to move around in a timely manner. After learning a little bit about the different plants, you will be able to reach new heights and distances. Between vines you can use to climb, or the gas spit out by plants that make Navi move faster, there will always be a path to your next destination.
Done in the most careless and ugly way possible, the RDA way.
The RDA's sole purpose on Pandora is to suck out all the resources, like precious metals or oil, polluting everything around them. You'll find rotted plants and ground in the areas around an RDA facility, unable to grab any resources until the pollution is gone. Depending on the type of machinery there, you'll have a few tasks to accomplish, ultimately destroying the machines and bringing life back to the surrounding land. As you clean up the pollution around the world, you'll be giving new wildlife opportunity to survive, changing Pandora for the better. Some of the bigger RDA facilities will be packed with baddies to worry about. You could go in guns blazing, but they will be calling reinforcements, making for a long, drawn-out fight. It's much easier to use your stealth skills to get you through. You'll be able to see all the enemies and mark them with your Navi sense, so you can sneak in and out without being seen. If you can manage to destroy everything you need to without being noticed, you'll get more rewards at the end.
Guess it pays to be sneaky sometimes.
Just be ready for a fight. I know you will be, but Just in case.
As you play through the game, quests will get harder, recommending a certain level needed to get through. Your level will be decided on how many skill points you spent and how effective your gear is. You can't grind it out either. The skill points are only given after completing missions or finding hidden plants, and the gear has to be found or crafted. You won't be able to craft the best stuff until you get a higher level. Kind of a catch-22.
I hope I have something you like.
In order to survive the dangerous wilds of Pandora, you'll have to equip yourself with clothes and weapons, as well as modifications for each piece. The gear will have different levels of rarity and looks, some very human-looking armor, and some that is very knobby. Thankfully, if you find an upgrade but don't like how it looks, there is an option to change how any of your clothes appear, so you don't have to walk around all mismatched. You can find gear in baskets, rewarded from quests, bought from merchants, or even make them yourself, given you have the recipe.
Now you look more like the silent who we remember.
Now pay attention. Gotnut should see you still have some Navi skill.
Surviving the wilds requires a little self-reliance, involving finding useful materials and putting them together to make gear, ammo, or food. Ammo for your bows can be made on the spot, and quickly, considering you may have to do it in the middle of a fight. But food and gear require a specific crafting station. To craft a piece of gear, you'll first need to receive a recipe, usually as a reward or from merchants. If you have the patience to hunt down the best materials, you can make some amazing pieces of gear that will add a lot to your overall level.
Each time you hunt, you must take a life.
A necessity in Avatar would be the hunting and gathering of materials needed to make better gear or some food to keep your energy up. When looking at the recipe for a piece of equipment, it will let you know what materials are needed to make it. Then you can look at your hunting guide to find what materials you want, and it will tell you where to find it. Then you look at the map and find the area you need to go to. A little complicated, but well worth the effort. A couple of things I wish I could have turned off would be having to watch the picking of plants or cooking food. There was a small mini game involved with picking plants, requiring you to grab something and move your hand in a certain direction to smoothly pull it out. And when cooking food, you have to listen to your character hum while putting the dish in the oven to cook every time. It's not long, but I still lost my patience a time or two.
Some kind of a totem.
Along with the giant map will be special points of interest to hunt down. When traveling near one, a bright circle would start to form in the middle of the camera to help point you in the right direction. They will also show up on the map for easy retrieval later, if you got close enough. The collectibles are special plants that give skill points or some special gear rewards, and some places to help expand the past of your character. When I first tried this game, I thought it would be like a Farcry adventure on Pandora, but I got disappointed quickly. The crafting was difficult to understand, and everything in the forest wanted to kill me, which made it tough to enjoy. After about 6 hours though, I started to like the game. So if you can push through the tricky start, you'll probably enjoy it too. Due to my computer setup, I had to play on the lowest settings, but that didn't ruin the game for me. The places still look really nice, with all the bright colors and lights on the plants and animals. There were some problems, like things not showing up right, or grassy hills in the distance looking like big rocks, but they weren't a big deal. The story was okay, but I'm not sure about the characters. Some of them were too predictable, and they didn't change much by the end. Overall, the story felt kinda average. Running around the Pandora forest and flying on my Ecron was fun. Seeing the planet from down low or up high was just amazing. The way you move in the game is good, but the fighting was a bit plain. It wasn't easy, but it felt basic. There were lots of weapons with different shots, but it didn't make me think too much. Just shoot and hide in every combat situation. I finished the game after playing for almost 30 hours, and I skipped over half of the extra stuff you can do. The game is huge with lots to do, but I don't see a reason to play it again. There aren't any big choices in the story, and you can eventually change your character's appearance. I liked going through the game once, especially after I figured out how to hunt and gather. I spent a long time going everywhere, finding the best stuff to make very cool gear. I didn't even max out some skills, so my gear could have been better. And without further ado, let's compile all these thoughts into numbers. Visuals are getting a 4. The story is a 3. Gameplay felt like a 3 as well. Replayability is low, coming in at a 1. The overall enjoyment I got came out to a solid 4, giving Avatar Frontiers of Pandora a dead even 3 out of 5, meaning it belongs right there on the mid shelf. If you want to enjoy the game, you will have to power through the start before it really starts to open up. The first couple days I played, I wasn't so sure I would recommend the game, but by the end I was really enjoying myself and it felt like it was worth the purchase. What were your thoughts on the game? Please let me know in the comments below, or if you have any questions I didn't cover here. And now that I'm done with this, it's time to move on to the next one. I will see you there. Bye!